Sometimes I'm gay, sometimes I'm straight. I might eat some coochie on any given day. Nah, shoot. I'm sorry. Baby, it is officially. I might dip my toe into the coochie pond Black Women's Month. Yes, God. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. It's your sister, Jessie Woo. For those of you guys who don't know me, thank you so much for coming and stopping by. Make sure that you like, share, subscribe. You know, it is, I might dip my big toe into some coochie month, Black Women's Month. But also it is Caribbean Heritage Month, hence why I got my Haitian hat on, honey, my Haitian beanie on, child. Shout out to all of my folks who are part of the Caribbean. I always tell you guys that I'm Haitian. I am from the Caribbean. I am a whole immigrant. Like, in honor of Caribbean Heritage Month, make sure that you have downloaded KOUPÉ by your sister, Jessie Woo. It is on all streaming platforms. Right here, you can download it. Look, hold on, let's stop this video right quick. If you don't have it downloaded, download it, stream it. The video comes out this Friday, okay? So I'm really excited about that. Anyway, y'all, you know what else I'm really excited about? This damn second season of Young, Rich. Was it Young, Rich? No, Young, Famous, and African. Let's get into the second season of Young, Famous, and African. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. Let me start off by saying this. So I'm gonna do a review for every 3 episodes. I feel like, so my review doesn't end up being like super duper long. So I'm gonna do this review is on episodes 1 to 3, okay? Before I get into the episodes, I just wanna mention something because some of you guys were in my comments dragging me about my season 1 review where I talked about skin bleaching, okay? So a lot of you guys agreed with me that Connie obviously is a skin bleacher, and I was able to actually find this footage of her discussing how the skin bleach was affecting her hands, her knuckles, and that she was trying to find a very good formula that wouldn't do this. Hence why, if you pay attention to season 2, she was in gloves a lot. Like, it would be like, you know, 100-degree weather, and she was out there getting her beat it. She had her beat it gloves on. You know, it just wasn't making no sense. She was down to the beach with gloves on. Like, it was really like ridiculous. But she does admit to skin bleaching. Now, some of y'all were dragging me about Boss Lady, and I was able to find these older pictures of her. Yes, she has always been of a lighter hue, but obviously she is currently not the skin tone. And then some of you was telling me, oh, well, she's not just African, she's Indian. Right. What color are most Indians? All right. Are you guys not aware that skin bleaching is a huge problem in India? Are you guys not aware that colorism is a big thing in India, and that they have a whole caste system that is based on people's skin tone, how deep brown you are, or light brown? Like, they have a whole caste system based on your skin tone. Are y'all not aware of that? Okay. So y'all was in my comments saying a whole bunch of what? Nothing. All right. I just wanted to get that understanding with y'all, okay? Sis was not always this couleur. Okay, her original couleur is not giving her highlighter couleur that she has now. All right, and that's not me trying to drag her or demean her. It is me stating the obvious. Okay, now one thing I will say is that in season 2, Boss Lady looks way better than she did in season 1. I feel that On top of her skin bleaching, the makeup was not good at all in season 1. And I think in one of my comments, or some of my comments, you guys pointed out the fact that they shot season 1 in the middle of the pandemic, and most likely they were doing their own makeup. So they didn't have access to, you know, the high-end professional makeup artists that they have for season 2. Season 2, the makeup for everyone just looks elevated. The only person whose makeup I still have a problem with in some scenes is Connie. Like, there are just some scenes it's like, girl, it is still giving embalmment number 8. Like, girl, it is giving more foundation. Like, it's, the blend is not working. And also the wigs were, oh my God, the wigs were wigging this season. There were some people who were still caught slipping here and there, but the wigs were wigging this season. Whoever was doing Bonan, whoever was doing Fontana's wigs, oh my God. Like, to be honest, the wig award of the season goes to Fontana. Like, I know we're going to get into her though. We're going to get into her antics. But my sis, her wigs and her makeup, to me, she had the best wig, best makeup. It was between her and Bonan. Them two never caught slipping. Never caught slipping. I think third would be Nadia. Nadia definitely was given. Nadia was given even in the first season. I just like there were just some scenes. There were some scenes that were hit and miss, but this season she was great. Boss Lady was way better too. And I love that Ani rocks her natural hair. I really love that she rocks her natural low do. I think there was one scene where she had braids. I like that. Who else? Yeah, I mean the wigs and the wigs and the makeup were given. Another thing I want to mention is, my goodness, maybe I didn't mention this in my season 1 review, but the cinematography, top tier. I mean, the cinematography of this show, the way it's shot, the angles, how every scene seems to be a tagline. Like, it's every scene is introduced with like a tagline scene where everybody's coming in. I think sometimes that can be a little much. Like, I don't need that for every scene. I don't need you to reintroduce everyone with their walk-ins in every scene. But I still think it's dope. What else? I feel that, and these are just my general thoughts before I get into the episodes. I feel that season 1 felt more natural. Something about season 2 gives me Love and Hip Hop, and I don't like it. Don't like it. Don't like it at all. First season just gave me very natural. It gave me, y'all are not all necessarily best friends, but it gave me like, it was more genuine. This season, it's every 5 minutes there's a meetup. We meeting. No, we dinner. We're having dinner. We're having lunch. And mind you, y'all be at all these dinners and lunches and don't nobody be eating shit. What the fuck is going on? Why are we down to the table for dinner and ain't nobody chewing shit? What is happening? What's going on? Also, I thought with season 2, we would get more of a behind the scenes feel for what people do. You know, I mentioned this in my season 1 review. Ani is a very well-known Nollywood actress. Is she not still acting? What is going on? Chubaba is a side note. Some of y'all was dragging me saying it's not Chubaba, it's Tubaba. Well, I don't give a fuck if it's Tubaba, 3baba, 4baba. He gonna be Chubaba in this motherfucker. Okay, so Chubaba. Okay. Okay? Masquerade Chubaba. Chubaba is supposed to be an artist. Where is the art? You know what I'm saying? Like, what can we get more of a feel of what people do? Diamond Platinums is supposed to be this big, you know, he is a big artist. Why are we not getting more into that? Nadia, it's like I only got one performance scene from Nadia, and it was we're not getting enough of what these people do. Bonang is a huge media personality in the country, in Africa. Why are we not getting into that? Okay, Swanky, stylist. Okay, could we see him styling people? Like, why are we not seeing that? It's just giving too much meet up, talk shit, meet up, talk shit. Let's meet up, let's talk, let's meet up, let's talk. Can we get more activities? Like, it felt too storyline-ish, and I did not like that. Another thing, while I appreciate South Africa, you know, the scenery and everything, I thought we would see other people's countries. I think there's one episode where they went to Cape Town. Was it Cape Town? Which is cool. But it's like, in this season, we've got even more people from more countries, you know, on the continent. Why are we not seeing more other people's countries? Like, I don't know. Maybe logistically, that's not, you know, doable. But I would like to see other people's countries. Is South Africa empty? Like, I'm not seeing nobody in the background. Like, it's just like, what's going on? Like, y'all be at these restaurants and don't nobody be there. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, it just feels like very staged. Where are the people of the country? Like, where are they at? Like, what the fuck is going on? So I just feel like something is missing for me. And I feel like culture. I want to see more culture. I want to see more of what everybody does on their day-to-day basis. But also, I want to be exposed to more culture. And I feel like that was a big missed opportunity for this season. Season 1 was so big, right? And like, so many people fell in love with it. Y'all could have gave us more season 2. Season 2 was when you really could have like showed off culture. And I feel like y'all didn't even try to do that shit. And that was just a missed opportunity for me. Let's get into this first episode. So, season 2, first episode. Remember, we left off where Boss Lady was at home with her kids, and Diamond Platinums was supposed to be going to Annie's wedding, but he came home because he made it late into the country. And then so he comes home, well, he comes to her house unannounced. He could do that because that's the type of relationship they got. And then Andile just shows up out of nowhere. Remember, Andile and Diamond are like besties. And so Diamond is puzzled as to why Andile is at his baby mama house at this ungodly hour. You know, this is leg spreading hours. Why are you here? Okay, and that's where we left off. Side note, this season we didn't get more on those kids that might be or might not be Diamond Platinum's babies. Remember last season, they're like, oh, he said he had 3 kids with Boss Lady, and then he has like 1 or 2 other kids that might be his or might not. We didn't get into that at all this season. I really wanted to get into that, but we just wasn't given that type of information. Ooh, my titties aged a little bit. Hold on. Ooh, yes, God. But so that's where we left off. So now we're getting into episode 1, and Diamond Platinums is back, and he is having a party, and for the first time in over a year, everyone's going to be getting together. So the first like real conversation that we see happen between cast members is Connie and DJ Naked. So Connie is living now in Dubai. You know, you have Connie who says, you know, now I take a bath in Dubai or whatever. So she's in Dubai now. Then the next meetup we see is Swanky and Boss Lady. Now, I wasn't feeling this. Immediately, I wasn't on board. Where the fuck is Annie? I'm not on board with this at all. Where is Annie? This just feels very forced. There's something about this that don't feel genuine to me. So anyway, Boss Lady rents out a store for them to shop for. I guess they're all gonna be getting ready for Diamond's party. She rents out a store for them to shop in private. Swanky comes. Of course, Swanky has to make a late entrance. And one thing about Swanky, maybe I didn't notice this in season 1, but I feel in this season, like in every scene that he's in, before the scene begins, he has to do this. He has to do the elaborate entrance, and you know, and it's like, it's cute the first couple times, you know what I'm saying? But after a while, it's annoying. It's annoying after a while, okay? Like, we get it. We get it. You want to show us your Michael Jackson beat it outfits. We get it, okay? We get it. You shop in Michael Jackson's Thriller closet. Okay, we fucking get it. We fucking get it. How many times do we have to have this walk-in? Like, my gosh. And, you know, I'm not a stylist. I don't even think I'm a person who has that much style. But some of these outfits don't be given. Like, they be doing, like, there's scenes where they're filming, like, park scenes, and Swanky is coming up in there with handkerchiefs around his head and, you know, blankets of wool wrapped around his body. Like, what is going on? We get it. We fucking get it, okay? So they're shopping for Diamond's upcoming party. You know, Swanky asked what we all wanted to ask. Girl, what's going on with big dick energy Andile? What the fuck is going on? Y'all fucking? Is y'all fucking? Est-ce qu'on a fait sexe? Est-ce que nous ensemble? What is going on? What's 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 going on with y'all? Are y'all doing the horizontal poker or what? What the fuck is going on? And you know, she keeps it cute. She's like, you know what I mean? The last time I seen him was when he came by Diamond's house, you know, unannounced. And that caused, she said that caused a little bit of friction between her and Diamond, and also her and Andile, because it was like, damn, like, how you just gonna drop in like that? And plus Andile was flabbergasted too, because he's thinking, well, damn, like, you told me you're not really with Diamonds like that no more, so why is Diamonds just dropping in, you know, at certain times of the night? But at the same time, she do got 2 kids with him, but still, it's just, like, from all angles, this is just messy. So I feel like she lying about that being the last time she saw him, because there was just certain comments that she made. But basically she says right now it's just up in the air. It's nothing really happening between the two. But also she says that there's a lot of unresolved tension between her and Andile. So we're gonna see where this goes, child. So then, you know, Boss Lady goes on to ask Swanky, you know, how's Annie? She asked him this because Swanky had this big event in Nigeria where both him and Annie live, and everybody, like, all the who's who of Nigeria was there, but Annie wasn't. So what's going on? What in the Marvin Gaye is happening? And he basically says that, you know what, like, something really bad happened between the two. She betrayed me. What she did to me was, you know, unforgivable, and he doesn't want to go into detail about it until he speaks to her. So that's where we leave off with that topic. So now, next thing you know, we get introduced to Annie. Annie's back, and one of the first things she says is how she's pissed off that people are talking down on her marriage, and people, I guess, who saw the first season of the show was saying that she was a woman who, they depicted her as someone who is suffering. And I'm just watching this like, yeah, girl, because you are. You are suffering, girl. What? You know what I don't be understanding about you Danae Jackson ass bitches? Why do y'all be so upset with people calling out the bad that is happening to you more than you are upset with the person who is inflicting the bad onto you? What is going on? What is that? What? The continents are not meeting. The continents are not meeting. Because, I don't know, if I was in a situation like the one that Annie is, where this motherfucker literally, you were with this man since you guys were younger, and before you started having kids for this man, he already went out and had 2 kids on you, then y'all get married, and during your marriage, he has another child on you, I would be upset with that man above all. I would not be upset with people and their commentary. Like, why are you much more concerned about people's commentary than the fact that this man is collecting African coochie like his name is Thanos? He is collecting African coochie like infinity stones, ma'am. You need to be upset with that. Why are you upset with us being upset with him upsetting you? Make it make sense. The continents are not meeting. Okay? So Annie and Connie meet up. You know, I'm still like, I don't understand their friendship. Because remember, in the first season, it felt like Connie had daggers out for Annie, but you know, they ended up being cool, but I just feel like they're still like, it's something there that I don't know. Is it just me, or it's something I don't understand with that friendship? Connie brings up Swanky, and Ani basically echoes what Swanky said to Boss Lady, which is Swanky's upset with her. She doesn't know why Swanky's upset with her, but she's not going to be the one to press him about why he's upset with her. When he wants to talk to her about it, he'll talk to her about it. In the meantime, she kind of gives that she don't want to talk about it no more. And what I can appreciate from both Swanky and Ani is that they don't drag each other. They keep it like, hey, yeah, there's something going on with us, but we're going to figure it out amongst us. And I can appreciate that. So now we have Nadia and Andile show up, and they meet up for lunch. Nadia brings up the fact that, you know, she's going to Diamond's party, and that, and Andile says, yeah, you know, Naked invited me to Diamond's party, but I feel some type of way about that, you know, and Nadia was like, well, why? Why do you feel some type of way? And he's like, well, DJ Naked is the one that invited me. And she's like, that's how I got my invite too. So it just seems like he's just putting Naked in charge of getting everybody there. But Andile still feels some type of way. Sir, like, Andile, I like you, but please don't be stupid. Let's not act like you the first person Diamond would want to invite to his party. You were literally trying to snatch some coochie. You were trying to snatch his baby mama's coochie from up under him. Like, come on, let's be serious, okay? Let's be for real. Let's be for fucking for real, okay? So Nadia then catches Andile up on her love life. So now she is with this rapper named AK. Unfortunately, AKA lost his life a couple months ago, I believe this year. I don't think we get to see him in this season at all, but she did speak about him and how their relationship has just been amazing, and how he's a man's man. She's never been treated this well before. It just was really kind of sad watching that, because obviously as viewers, if you follow her on social media, and if you follow like African blogs, or, you know, people of the African, you know, people from the continent, there was a huge outpouring of tributes that went out when this man died. And so knowing that he's no longer here, it was kind of sad watching that. She brings up, you know, the wedding, which was the last event of last season. And she asked Andile, you know, you got missing after the wedding. Where did you go? And Andile catches her up on, you know, he was trying to get, you know, a little quick coochie meetup. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to snack a little, you know, he was trying to get a little coochie snack from Boss Lady. Okay. And to his surprise, he was met with Diamonds, who was already there, seeing his children, seeing his offspring, okay? So he wasn't able to get his coochie snacking on, okay? And then she goes on to ask him what are his feelings for Boss Lady, and Andile really couldn't give a clear answer. So anyway, fast forward, we all get to Diamond's party. And it just was awkward because, first of all, what kind of party is this? It wasn't giving party. Like, where's the music? Where are the people? Like, you know what I mean? So it wasn't really giving party. But anyway, we get to the party. And I believe Nadia is there first. Nadia and Naked and his girlfriend, I think, are there first. Then people start rolling in. Ani comes in. Eventually, like, Swanky comes in. And when Swanky comes in, he purposely greets everybody but Ani. But, you know, it's like, Swanky kind of gets on my nerves this season. He really kind of gets on my nerves this season. But I feel like this was the first scene for me where I was like, okay, you're doing a lot. He purposely goes out of his way to not greet her. And I loved how Annie was just in her phone. She didn't give a fuck. She was chewing her food, carrying on, whatever. So then later on, we move on, and they, you know, go on from the dinner table to all like just sitting around. And I think like this is where we get introduced to Fontana. So Naked had mentioned earlier in the episode, I forgot to say this, but he meets up with Diamond, and he had told Diamond that he had a rapper out of Ghana that he knows. She is like, actually, she is not reggae, but what is the other genre from Jamaica? I can't remember, but she makes popular music that's from a genre that's Jamaican born. But anyway, she's in Ghana, and he's gonna invite her to come out. He feels like this is a good girl for Diamond to hunt. I know you like to go hunting. She's a perfect woman for you to hunt. So, so she comes, and when she comes to the party, Diamond's girlfriend is upset because once again, he's bringing in a girl in her face without warning her. She doesn't know what his relationship is with this girl. Fontana comes in kind of hot too. She comes in very hot. Like, she comes in and she's questioning how Nadia and Boss Lady are cool when Nadia was trying to get with Diamonds, and Diamonds is her baby daddy, but she's super friendly with her baby daddy, like in a romantic way. And I just didn't get that whole moment because I didn't see what the development was that led to her feeling comfortable enough to be quizzing these bitches. Like, girl, why are you quizzing them on something that doesn't concern you? Like, number one, it just felt like she was just coming in too hot. So she's the first new person we meet. And then, Swanky then makes this announcement that he has a special guest coming. And as he makes this announcement, Connie, Annie, and Nadia leave the room. They go outside before he even finishes making his announcement. And then Bonang. So now we're introduced to Bonang, right? And so as Bonang is coming in, she's beautiful. She introduces herself. She's a media personality. She talked about, how she's very selfish, and being selfish is how she's been able to get as far as she has gotten. And I don't know, y'all, but when she was coming in, I felt like Swanky was trying to start something with Annie through her. So I don't know. I was expecting her and Annie not to get along because it just felt like Swanky was, I don't have Annie as a bestie anymore, so now I'm gonna have Bonang. Like, that's how I was feeling. Let me know if you agree with that. But anyway, he's upset because half of the girls are gone. They didn't give a fuck about his announcement or him bringing in Bonang. So now the girls come back in. Swanky was sitting where Annie was sitting, and then so now she tries to go back to her seat. She's like, hey, I was sitting there. He doesn't move. That whole moment was just... First of all, you know that she was sitting there. You purposely sat there. But even if you didn't, right? She says, hey, like, she says it kind of like, hey, I was sitting there, can I please have my seat back? And the way, like, he just didn't, like, look at her, like, it just was weird. Like, I just feel like as a man, why are you behaving as such? Like, why are you behaving like that? It just was very weird to me. But I love how she still sat her ass down. And anyway, what else started happening? So you had Fontana still carrying on the uncomfortable conversation with Nadia and Boss Lady. So not only do we have the weird moments between Fontana, Boss Lady, and Nadia, but then also when Diamond shows up later on and Andile shows up later on, there are like Diamond is kind of dragging the fuck out of Andile. Like, Diamond is saying, like, my nigga, like, you could have, like, there's so many women in the world, let alone this continent. Why would you come for the mother of my children? You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like they had that conversation earlier in the episode too, when they all met up with Naked, but also he echoes that during the dinner as well, or at least in his confessionals. And then so at the dinner, like, he's throwing jabs at Andile. He's like, oh, look at the way you dress. Like, you're my role model. I'd love to be you when I grow up. Like, kind of calling him old a little bit, like calling him corny a little. Like, it just was weird. This was a lot of weird shit going on. So no wonder Annie got up and left. People started leaving. It just was an awkward situation. So dinner is over. Now let's get to episode 2. So episode 2, Connie meets up with Naked's girlfriend and Annie. First thing they do is they talk about Nadia not liking that Bonang was there. So I did forget the fact that apparently Nadia and Bonang were really, really close at one point, but then they fell out, and then they both share the same man. So before Nadia got with AKA was with Bonang. So it's just, but that's not the reason they're not friends, because they fell out before that. So I don't know. So it just seems like to me they fell out, and then maybe Nadia getting with AKA, maybe that made Bonang look at her different. Like, damn, so you fall out with me and then you go date my ex? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so maybe that's the beef between the two. Now you have Swanky that meets up with Nadia, and he tells Nadia, listen, I don't like the fact that when I was bringing Bonang in, 3 bitches just left while I was giving my motherfucking speech. This is another thing too. I blame Connie for this because, you know, Connie was the queen of speeches in season 1. I feel like this season, Swanky want to be the king of speeches. Everybody want to give a speech and shit like that. Nobody, hey, listen, this is not an inauguration. This is not a graduation. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody want to hear no motherfucking speeches. Why do y'all gotta make a speech at every get-together? What is wrong with just, hey guys, by the way, this is my friend Bonang. Why do we have to have a whole speech? What the fuck is this? Like, please, miss me with that. Nadia goes on to tell him what I just said earlier, which was they used to be best friends. They're not anymore. They fell out. And now her man that is her man right now used to be Bonang's man. Whatever. Ani and Connie and Naked's girlfriend, and they bring up, well, what the hell was that with you and Swanky? Like, he went out of his way to greet everybody but you. What's going on with y'all? And Ani was like, listen, the man is mad at me and he's not telling me why he's mad. And it's like he's mad at me for being mad at him for being mad at me. And I just don't give a fuck. Like, you know, so she moves on. She's like, you know, when we'll talk about it one day, but for now, I don't give a fuck. She doesn't really share much. She doesn't really share much. She just says, I mean, hey, I don't know. Ask him. Why the fuck y'all asking me? Ask him. Period. He was there. Why y'all didn't ask him? Period. So now we have Diamond and Fontana. So this storyline between Fontana and Diamond, I don't know if it's real, but it's giving love and hip hop. Like I'm not a fan, cause this is not what I watch this show for. If I want to watch a Mona Scott Young type of storyline, I will go watch Love and Hip Hop. I'm not watching this for this. This ain't it, okay? But anyway, Diamond invites Fontana to the studio. Do they work on music? No. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, he tells her he loves her music. You know, they show some clips of her music videos. He tells her how beautiful she is, how fine she is. Then the conversation takes a turn. It goes from being flirtatious to just downright R. Kelly-ish. Because now you have Diamond asking Fontana if she's a squirter. Quizá. What kind of question, like, and you know, this was very triggering to me because I remember like when I was like in my college days and I was pursuing music, really like this is how this shit will go. Like you're in the studio trying to work with niggas and niggas are asking you questions and they're pushing up on you in inappropriate ways. And it's like, this is supposed to be a studio session. Why are you asking me if my coochie can mimic a water fountain? Like, what are we doing here? And then you got Fontana who says, oh, I've never squirted. He's like, what? I can make you squirt. Oh, I can do that for you. I can give you the pleasure that can make you squirt. What the fuck are we talking about? Can somebody please drop a beat? Somebody please drop a beat. We in the studio. Why are no beats being dropped? Why are no vocals being dropped? What the fuck are we talking about? It's giving Predator. Okay? Then you got Fontana's dumbass. Oh, I've never squirted, but you know, I fake a lot during sex. What the fuck are we talking about? Side note, Fontana in her confessionals were saying that she's Ghana born, but she was raised in the US. I can't remember where she said she was raised, but it's given Atlanta. It's really given Atlanta. It's given Atlanta. It's given Atlanta. She said she was raised in the US, and when she finished college, she went back to Ghana. It's given your visa expired. It's given something happened with your visa, and you had to go back to Africa. Okay. I'm gonna talk more about Fontana, but beautiful wigs. Beautiful wigs. Beautiful, great wigs. Great wigs. So then, you know, you have Diamond who tells Fontana, you know, he wants her to come to his house. In his confessionals, he's saying, you know, I need her to come to the house so I can manipulate her better. You know, I could get her to do those things. I could get her, you know, to be a squirter. I could get her to, and I'm just like, I'm sorry. Like, when y'all were editing this, it didn't come to y'all's attention that this sounded like predatory. It didn't sound like, it wasn't giving what y'all thought it was gonna give, or maybe it was giving what y'all thought it was gonna give. So y'all are looking for this man to be dragged. But this is just not a good look. That scene, that whole entire scene, his confessional, it just was very creepy. It was Harvey Weinstein-ish. It was giving Epstein. It was giving Bill Cosby. It was giving Trey Songz. It's giving Predator. That's what it's giving. Like, y'all are tone deaf. Like, how do you even like air this during these Me Too movement times? Like, are y'all like not paying attention to where we are as a society? Now fast forward, we see Annie. She's in a black car. She's in Nigeria. You know, she's talking to Chubaba. And, you know, she's in Nigeria. She's on her way to her cheating ass husband. Apparently, there's another scandal now. Apparently, Chubaba has fathered a child for their banker, for a banker that's a well-known banker in Nigeria, okay? And you have Annie fighting for her life, saying that the media needs to give this man a break. Oh, give this man a break. Give my family a break. It's like, girl, no. Chubaba needs to give his dick a break, girl. Chubaba needs to give his dick a break. That's who needs the break. Chubaba needs to give his dick time out. Why are you upset at the public? The man is cheating on you. So this would make child number 6 for Chubaba, okay? Mind you, Annie has 2 kids for him. So all his, this man is collecting outside children left and right, okay? So now you see the scene where Swanky sees on the blogs, it's everywhere on the blogs, he sees that Chubaba allegedly has fathered a child for a banker. He sends Annie this voice note to tell him, listen, he tells her, listen, like, I know we're not on good terms, but, you know, I need to see you. I need to speak with you. Annie plays the voice note. She throws her phone. She don't give a fuck. She don't want to talk to Swanky at the moment. She, in her confessional, says, you know, as a friend, why would no friend of mine would be looking at the blogs? And it's like, sis, Annie really, like, she has a lot of she misplaces her anger. Is it me? Or she misplaces her anger? The man is reaching out to you because it's everywhere. I'm sure Swanky wasn't looking for Chubaba to cheat on you, allegedly. Obviously, people are sending it to him. He sees it, and he does the right thing, which is reach out to you, and this is your attitude about that. So, I don't know. And again, you know, in her confessionals, she echoes the whole thing about, like, people just continuing to look at her like she's oppressed in her marriage, or, you know, people are down talking her husband, and it's like, girl, why are you more mad at us for pointing out the simple fact that your husband would stick his dick in a doorknob hole if he could? Why are you more mad at us calling it out than your husband actually cheating on you with said doorknob? Like, make it make sense. Baby, I guarantee you right now, if I were to put a hole through this camera I'm recording this video with, Chubaba would put his dick in it. That's the type of husband you have on your hands, sis. And we are going to continue to call it out because it's not right. And you are putting it on public display. So what do you want us to do? What do you want us to do? You are putting it for display for the world to see. What do you want us to do? We are going to comment. We are going to comment. Period. So now we have a meetup between Connie and Nadia. And during this dinner with Nadia, Connie introduces Lewis. So Lewis is from Nairobi. He's also a stylist who knows Nadia from a video shoot. I'll get back to the video shoot, but you know, Louis initially, when he's introducing himself, you know, he's saying he's the best, he's always gonna be the best dressed in the room. It's kind of giving that he's coming for Swanky's spot. You know, he's a stylist just like Swanky. He's very good looking though. Oh my God, Louis is fine. Is it me or Louis is fine? Louis is fine. Let me go ahead and look up some tickets to Nairobi real quick. Baby, I need him to style my pussy. Come style this coochie, Louis. Okay, let me stop being horny. But anyway, Louis is fine as hell, okay? Louis says that he knows Nadia. You have Louis helping Nadia recall the fact that they shot a video together. So apparently Nadia has shot a video in his country and Louis was asked to style her the day before the video shoot. He said, no, this is too much of a short notice. But then they asked him if he could be her love interest in the video. And so he ended up playing her love interest. Here go Nadia. Oh, so you were an extra in the video? Oh, that's so cute. I remember you were an extra, right? Now, you know you was dead ass wrong for that, Nadia. You was dead ass wrong for calling that man an extra. I screamed. Okay. But here go Louis in his confessional. I am nobody's extra. I am always the main character. Side note, I noticed with Louis's accent, it gives Indian. Is that me? I'm just noticing how different dialects in Africa give different, obviously everybody has different accents, but I'm starting to peep accents from other cultures that are also on the continent, obviously. So you have Louis kind of giving the rundown on his relation to different cast members. So apparently him and Diamond have beef, but I don't think it's really beef, but basically they both have the same ex-girlfriend. Then you have Diamond and Andile who meet up, right? So they meet up and they have a one-on-one conversation. And Diamond, once again, you know, echoes this to Andile. You have your choice of so many women. Why come for the mother of my children? I'm your friend. And side note, let me ask y'all a question. I always thought that when it came to men didn't really care about shit like this. I always felt like this was something that is more like girl code. I never really thought that men were this serious about bro code, especially given that Diamond and Zari have not been together for years, and they both say this, right? So correct me if I'm wrong. When did men start caring about this shit? I always thought that this was something that they didn't care about. You have Andile who says, well, listen, do you still have feelings for Zari? Because it's given that you still have feelings for her, because you've always told me y'all not together, you don't have no feelings for her. So I'm really trying to understand why you're upset with me pursuing her. Y'all haven't been together in years. And Diamond stands his ground. It's like, yo, my nigga, you and I are friends. I don't want you pursuing the mother of my children. It is disrespectful, period. And I stand with Diamond on that. I stand with Diamond on that. However, I've never known men to really have this strong of a stance in these instances. I always thought that it was bros before hoes, and y'all could pass hoes around, but y'all always gonna be bros. That was always my understanding. So y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Obviously I'm wrong here. Andile agrees to take a step back from Zari out of respect for Diamond. I felt like this was a very adult conversation, and I felt like he was being a grown man about it, and he respected his friend's wishes. So boom, there's that. So now you have Fontana and Swanky that meet up. So Swanky and Fontana meet up and they talk about the party, and she basically brings up Diamond and Zari's relationship and how she doesn't understand how Zari is just keeping Diamond on lockdown. It just feels like Zari doesn't want him to be with nobody, but she can do her own thing. And immediately I have to come to a conclusion that Fontana has rocks for brains. Fontana has rocks for brains. Because how are you not seeing this for what it is? I don't ever see, maybe I'm missing something, but I don't ever see Zari talking about Diamond in a way that she wants to still be with Diamond. Zari is very honest about that, about the fact that Diamond is always in her face. Diamond and her are super close. And that whoever comes to Diamond has to understand that Diamond will always put her first no matter what. That's not something that she tells Diamond to do, but it's simply because she is the mother of his children. That's just how the story goes. And so I'm looking at Fontana like, girl, it's kind of giving Nadia in the first season where Nadia started out having a problem with Zari for no reason. Now Fontana's doing the same thing, and I'm not understanding this. And then she's just very hostile about it. It's like, girl, you just met Diamond. You just met Diamond. Relax. Calm your coochie down. Calm your coochie down. Turn the coochie down a couple notches. You're doing too much too early. So then you have Fontana who tells Swanky that she did meet up with Diamond at the studio, and that he invited her to go back to his crib. Like, you know, they're supposed to be meeting up again. He tells her, listen, girl, I'm gonna tell you right now, don't be mixing pleasure with business. And she's like, oh, you don't know this, you know, Diamond, he's my G. And Swanky told her, he is not your G. Okay? Diamond is not your G. He's not your HIKJLMNOP. He's not none of those things. He is none of the letters to you. Okay? And he tells her, this is not going to end well. And when it doesn't end well and you're crying, don't look for me to be your tissue baby. Because I won't be wiping that tear. Okay? Okay, so now we're at the end of the episode, and Connie put together a party for everybody to get together. The party is called what is it? It's called a Masquerade. What is it? Champagne and Mystery Party. So kind of like masquerade theme. People have these masks on, and she's like, you know, I just feel like everybody's wearing a mask, and it's time to take our mask off and, you know, address what needs to be addressed. And at this party, she's supposed to be introducing Louis, right? So everybody's getting to the party. Everybody's coming in slowly but surely. Andile, who comes in, he goes to greet Zari, you know, and Zari tries to, you know what I'm saying, jump his bones a little bit. He's like, girl, no, I done promised your man that I'm not gonna be in your face like that. So they have a little tit for tat, because then you have Naked dropping in like, yeah, this is how you're supposed to greet each other. A quick hug, handshake, and keep it moving. And Zari's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, me and Andile have done nothing wrong. We've done nothing wrong. So when she says that, now I'm forced to believe, okay, they really haven't done nothing. Like, they haven't crossed any lines. So I kind of feel her on that, but at the same time, I do respect Andile respecting his friendship with Diamond. But while he's having this kind of like tit for tat with Zari and Naked, Diamond comes in. And what does Diamond see? He sees Andile and Zari all in each other's face. So anyway, eventually they move towards each other and they start being in each other's face. So him and Zari gravitate, you know, towards each other naturally like they always do, and that kind of kills the vibe with Andile. But at the same time, you have Zari in her confessional saying, you know, she's kind of pissed off with Diamond because, bro, like, you can't be killing my connections with people just because, like, you want to. Like, I should have a choice as to who I wanna entertain. But I don't see her voice this to Diamond. So, although, like, I get her feelings and his feelings, I feel like we never see them say to each other, hey, you're allowed to do what you want to do. Don't try to dictate to me what I can and cannot do. We never really see that. So there is sort of like an awkwardness towards the two. And it's like, although I do feel like other people around them might make things a little more serious than it is, but I do feel like them not voicing to each other that they have boundaries and they're both adults and they can make decisions on their own, and you shouldn't be forcing me not to date this person. Like, what I do outside of you has nothing to do with you. I feel like them not addressing that makes shit weird. Is it me? It just makes shit weird. You have Louis in the shadows. He is ready for his he is ready for his Simba moment. He is ready for Connie to lift his ass up into the air like Rafiki did Simba when Rafiki was introducing Simba to the kingdom. That is what Louis is ready for. And so he's in the shadows, baby. He's in the shadows. He's ready for his introduction. Connie was about to introduce him, but it looks like he came out early, so he never got the proper introduction. So she's making a whole speech, and then during this speech, she starts calling out people and telling people, take your fucking mask off. Annie, Swanky, take your fucking mask off. Andile, take your motherfucking mask off. Like, she's just being belligerent for no fucking reason. So now you got Andile getting into that ass. And I was really happy to see that because Kanye really be doing the fucking most sometimes. Meanwhile, it was so funny while all this is going, Diamond realizes Louis is there and he's like, oh, I didn't realize that Louis was gonna be here. Apparently, he echoes the same thing, that they did have the same ex, that the girl was his ex first, then Louis dated him. Louis dated her. Okay. The girl was Diamond's girlfriend first, then she went on to date Louis, but then she left Louis for Louis's friend. That shit was hilarious. Diamond was cracking up about that shit in his confessional. Very shady. What is Diamond's sign? He's very messy. Is it me or Diamond is a messy ass bitch? Diamond is a messy ass bitch, okay? So anyway, y'all, Louis is waiting on Connie to introduce him, and while he's waiting for his Rafiki moment, she's telling Ani, fuck you and your mask. Andile, fuck you and your mask. Swanky, fuck you and your mask. And it's like, it turns into this big thing, and people are now arguing because, bitch, who the fuck are you talking to? These are grown-ass people. Why are you talking to them like this? So then this scene bleeds into episode 3. Episode 3 finds us at the Masquerade Party. And, bitch, when I tell you Andile was tearing into Connie's orange foundation wearing ass, he's like, hold the fuck on, you fucking embalming foundation wearing ass bitch. Last time I checked, I am a father of 4. Who the fuck do you think you motherfucking talking to? This is not how you talk to guests at your motherfucking party, puss asshole. Checked her real good. And I was there for it, because you know I love me some Andile. I just know Andile got a big old dick. I know that motherfucker got that fire and desire. Okay? I know that motherfucker got that. Quand je veux un peu, matin, midi, soir. I know that motherfucker got that motherland dick, bitch. I know that motherfucker got a 3rd leg, okay? Whew. I love me some Andile, period. Andile Hive. Stand the fuck up, Andile Hive. He slid. Okay? He dragged the fuck out of Connie bleaching ass. Like, who the fuck do you think you're talking to, bitch? We are at your party. We are your guests. Why are you talking to people like this? This don't make no sense. Come on. So, child, you got Andile. He fucking leaves the party. You got Connie who walks up to Ani. It had to be done. It needed to be done. No, it did not. Girl, what the fuck is wrong with Ani? Girl, what the fuck is wrong with Kanye? Girl, what? It had to be done. For what? For why? Meanwhile, Louis did never get his damn introduction. So awkward. So awkward. And Andile kind of said that too. Andile was like, yo, introduce your guest and move the fuck on. Give your little sorry ass speech and move the fuck on. So Louis didn't get his intro. People just catching bullets left and right, strays left and right. This is not a party vibe at all. So anyway, child, people start breaking off. You have Zari, who brings up Chubaba fathering another alleged child. So she brings up the fact that the girl was actually their personal banker. Okay? So I think in the blogs, some of the blogs were saying that she was a banker, and then Zari is the one that was his personal banker, y'all. Okay? And so it's all these side conversations going on. Zari was like, this is not just a blog incident. This is true. She's like, this is classified information, bitch. This is in fact, indeed true. He is fathering a 6th child. So now you have Swanky, who goes off to talk to Nadia and Connie, and he finally says what happened between him and Ani. So basically, in a nutshell, he says that he was on the phone with someone and that Ani called the person connected the two, but Ani didn't realize that Swanky was on the phone, and she came in talking hot shit about him. And so he said once he heard all the nasty things that she had to say about him, that's when he decided to cut her off. He says that this was some of the most disgusting, meanest things he's ever heard anybody ever say about him. And as he's saying this, I'm like, well, damn, what could she had possibly said about Swanky? Because, you know, they were besties. Like, y'all were besties. So what is it, in what scenario is this, and why is she being put on the phone with you without knowing that you're on the phone? Like, it just all sounds messy to me. But anyway, he finally discloses what it is, and I don't know, as a viewer, I was puzzled. I'm like, damn, what is this? What exactly did she say? And why were you privy to her saying it? Now we have Andile who invites Annie over to his house to be on his podcast. I did not know this man had a podcast, okay? So now you have Andile who invites Annie over to his house to get on his podcast. Now, tout le monde gon podcast. Tout le monde son podcast. M'pa konnen Andile te gen podcast, but now she's at his podcast and he invites her over to his podcast so she can clear up the fact that, or she can address the fact that her husband has community penis, okay? He starts to break down their family dynamic. And I thought this was kind of weird, but did you guys notice how she said that her husband has 5 kids outside of their marriage, but just for 2 people? So I'm like, okay, I thought he had 3 kids and 1 allegedly pending. But in this scene, she says 5. So now I'm like, girl, what the fuck is going on? What is going on? But in her mind, she's like, but people make it more serious than it is, but he's only had these outside children by 2 women. Girl, I'm sorry. Like, Annie, girl, this, turn it on. Turn it on. It's off. Turn it on. Turn it on. It's off. Turn it on. Turn it on. It's off. Because, I'm sorry, I would never condone cheating, right? But is it me? Or it would be better for my man to be out here fucking randoms rather than my man intentionally building relationships and families with 2 other women? Let me know your thoughts on that. Which one is worse? Because here's the thing, and we're gonna keep it a buck. Chubaba has these kids with these 2 other women. But these 2 other women ain't who he just fucking. Chubaba is fucking, okay? He just so happens to have children with 2 other women, according to you. I would rather my man randomly fuck than to intentionally build families with 2 women. Are you dumb? Or are you stupid? Which one is it? It's only 2 options. Are you dumb or are you stupid? What does that say when a man continues to go have kids with a specific woman? What does that tell you? What does that tell you? What does that tell you? Annie, what does that tell you? What does that tell you? Then she goes on to address the alleged child that he's fathering with this banker. Basically, she says that since 2014, people have been out there manufacturing a story between him and this specific banker, and a child never turns up. That's how she basically wrapped that in a bow, and she deaded that situation. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Are y'all buying it? I'm not buying it. I don't have the budget to buy it. I don't got the budget to buy it. I'm not buying it. So now you have Andile and Zari that meet up to have a one-on-one. And basically, Zari tells Andile that, listen, like, Diamond is not my daddy. I don't appreciate Diamond dictating who I can and cannot see. I don't like the fact that you're like taking heed to Diamond and not really listening to me and honoring my feelings for you. We haven't done anything wrong. So Andile asked her, well, do you have a problem with the fact that Diamond is out here dating other women, like for example, Fontana? And Zari's like, no, I don't care. I don't care who he dates, whether it's Fontana, whether it's Fanta, I don't wanna, Fanta, I don't give a fuck who he's dating, whether it's Fanta, Sprite, Coca-Cola, Pepsi. He could soda pop, whatever bitches he wanna soda pop. I don't give a fuck, okay? I just don't want him dictating what I do. And then so Zari was like, so Andile's like, I have to be respectful to his wishes. And she's like, what, honestly, I feel that you and Diamond have more in common than you're letting on. And Andile is like, what do you mean by that? And she's like, you both are players. You both are players. You both want to play the field. Diamond doesn't feel like you are the man that you claim to be. He feels that you are a player just like him. And that's why he doesn't want me to fuck with you. And when she said that, ding, 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 my antennas went up. And I'm like, that's why. That's why Diamond doesn't want Andile to fuck his baby mama. Because usually it would be bros before hoes. We don't give a fuck. But him and Andile are cut from the same cloth. Because we're not going to forget, Andile has several kids. And they're not all about one woman. Okay? So now the continents are meeting. The continents are meeting for me. Okay? Did the continents meet for y'all? Because they met for me. Okay? So now we go to Diamond's crib. And who's at Diamond's crib? Fanta. No, you wanna Fanta. Fontana is down there getting her Fanta. Don't you wanna Fanta? I don't know why her name makes me think of that damn commercial. Fanta. Don't you wanna Fanta. Bitch, I want an orange Fanta, as a matter of fact. Fanta used to have some good old fucking soda. Y'all remember Fanta? Are they still out here? Are they still out here sodaing or whatever? Sodaing? I need to look their ass up. They used to have some good ass soda. But anyway, she's at his house. So a whole lot of fertilization is going on. And Fontana's like, you know, are you married? Because I thought you were married. And when she's saying this, I'm like, so, sister girl, you thought this man was married? Why are you at a man's house who you thought was married? Why are you at a man's house who you thought was married? Make the continents meet for me. This girl has rocks for brains. I'm telling you. This girl has rocks for brains. So he's like, no, I'm not married. And she's like, oh, okay, I thought you were married. That's why I was standoffish. It's a whole lot of air in that head. A whole lot of air. Something is not connecting. So anyway, he says that, yeah, no, I'm not married, but Zari does wish to have more kids with me, but via surrogate. And so when he shares that with Fontana, she's upset. She's like, damn, like, you know, they're not together. Why would she want to have more kids with him? That's a way for her to stop him from seeing other people. And while she's saying this in her confessional and even like kind of saying it to him, I'm just thinking to myself, if that were true, if this girl is keeping him from seeing other people, how the fuck is he seeing you right now at his house? It's a whole lot of air in that head. It's a whole lot of air. That head got nothing but air and teeth. No brains. If she's stopping him from seeing other people, how is he seeing you, sis? And mind you, this is supposed to be a date. I ain't never been to no date at a nigga house. This supposed to be a date. Have y'all ever been on a date to a nigga house? Mind you, this is supposed to be their first date. Rocks for brains. So they kiss, and is it me or this was just the most... I don't ever want to see this again. I don't ever want to see this again. Ever. This was just so awkward to me. And then you got Diamond in the confessional. Oh, she is a good kisser. You know, she was not just kissing me, she was eating me. I'm not getting this. This is not connecting for me. This ain't connecting for me. I'm sorry. Anyway, y'all, they go upstairs for a quick prayer meeting. All right. So now you got Andile, Naked, and Louis. They meet up for basketball. Louis shows up and, you know, he basically like tells the group that he was supposed to be introduced. He never got to be introduced. He had a whole speech prepared. He gives them his speech. They laugh at his ass. Also you have Swanky who shows up to the basketball court. Swanky, you ain't got no like jersey with matching shorts. You ain't got no like wife beater with like some shorts and some Jordans. Why is Swanky dressed up like Michael Jackson down to a basketball court? What is going on? What the fuck is going on? And this is, mind you, this is Africa. We are in Africa, y'all. It's hot as a fuck. It is hotter than the devil's booty hole. Why are you outside looking like you in the Thriller video? Just... why? 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 Tell them that it's human nature. Why? What in the human nature is going on? You also have Louis express to the guys that when he was at the party and he saw Fontana, he really liked her, and that he had plans on leaving the party with Fontana. That kind of threw me for a loop because we didn't see him and Fontana talk to each other that much at all. I don't even recall them talking to each other at that party. So that threw me for a loop. Then also he goes on to share that although Bonang was not at the party, I guess he caught wind of Bonang being new to the group. He brings up a situation that happened with him and Bonang. So aside from being a stylist, when he was first starting out, Louis was also an event planner. I think he still is an event planner, but anyway, he had planned this event in his country, had Bonang flown out. He was responsible for making all of her arrangements, but he did not book her hotel accommodations. And so when she got to the hotel, there was no room for her. And apparently it was one of those weekends where there were a lot of big events. So there were no rooms available in the country at all, or in the city where they were at all. And so she ended up flying back home. And so he expressed that. And of course, like Swanky was like, you did not book her accommodations? How do you not take care of her accommodations? You know, all that. And so he expressed that, you know, the next time that he sees her, he wants to apologize to her, you know, to make things right. Boom. Now, while the guys are playing basketball, you have Fontana, who arranges a girls' night out for the girls. So she arranges this thing where the girls are going to have like a paint and sip. And what they're painting is this guy who's naked with fruit basket over his ding-a-ling, okay? So she's at the event space, and the first person to show up is Nadia. She tells Nadia about her date with Diamond, and I'm just like, girl, what date? You went to the man's house, you fucked him. What date? What? The man didn't even feed you. Is it a date if a man don't feed you? If all the man do is fill your guts with dick, that's not a date, sis. That is a fuck appointment. That is a zozo appointment. You went to the motherfucker's house, you made this zozo namudao. That's it. That was not no motherfucking date, okay? But anyway, she tells Nadia they had a date at his house, and Nadia's like, did you fuck him? She's like, no, I didn't fuck him. But girl, she tells us in the confessional that she definitely fucked him, okay? So more girls start coming in. You have Zari, Bonang, Naked's girlfriend comes in, and immediately the Ani's presence, well, Ani's absence is noticed. Connie comes in, and like they're all like, damn, has anybody checked on Ani? You know, where's Ani? You know, someone asked Zari about Ani, and she was like, I'm Ani the boss lady. I don't need to talk to Ani. I thought that was kind of a lot, but okay. Anyway, later on, Ani shows up late. And when she shows up, she greets Zari. Everybody was surprised by that. But anyway, they're all there and they're painting this naked guy. And during the event, you have Fontana, who says, all right, y'all, I want everybody here to share one thing that they like about everybody in the room. And the girls just could not do it. They were allergic to complimenting each other. It was not going to happen. On this side of heaven, they was not gonna compliment each other, period. And so Fontana's like, damn, like y'all really, really don't like each other. And as she says that, Zari was like, girl, you need to mind your business. Bitch, you are new. You just got here. Mind your fucking business, enjoy the fucking vibes, and shut the fuck up. Like, Zari was doing the most during this meetup, okay? Nadia wins the painting challenge, and after she wins, the girls start to break up into groups and talk to each other like off to the side. So you have Bonang and Fontana who go off and talk to each other by themselves. And Fontana tells Bonang about her date with Diamond. And it looks as if Fontana is like confiding in Bonang, but I don't think she realized that Bonang has a certain allegiance to Zari. So in her confessional, she's like, I'm definitely gonna let Zari know about this shit, about, you know, Fontana and Diamond getting it in, doing the horizontal lambada at his house. Meanwhile, back at the basketball court, you have the guys, they're still digging into Louis, you know, trying to figure Louis out. And some of the guys are just saying that they feel that Louis is trying a little too hard to like fit into the group. And I just was a little puzzled by that, because by that point, I didn't really see Louis doing too much. I just see somebody who, I mean, I do see somebody who is trying to mix and mingle and trying to get to know everybody, but I don't feel like he was trying too hard. Let me know how you feel about that. So then you have Louis, who is 25, right? And he's telling the group of guys that, hey, you know, I'm 25 now, but you know, I am starting to think about building a family. By the time I'm 30, I definitely want to have my first child. I would be open to surrogacy. And when he said this, I'm like, okay, is Louis how you doing? Like, is he how you doing? Because why is it that he's just jumping headfirst into surrogacy? Why is it not, I would love to find someone to fall in love with, you know, I would love to have a relationship with someone. It's just like he's just jumping headfirst into surrogacy. So I was just like, okay, maybe he's how you doing. You know, Swanky is obviously how you doing. Well, let me not say obviously, because I don't think he's said that he's how you doing. But I think he's how you doing, right? Is it safe to say that Swanky's how you doing? So anyway, as Louis was talking about surrogacy, I was like, okay, it's giving how you doing. I don't know. Let me know what y'all thought about that scene. I thought it was giving how you doing. So after this meetup, we have another meetup. So now we have Fontana, we have Bonang and Swanky who meet up. So they meet up, and Bonang basically, you know, Bonang basically empties the clip on Fontana, letting Swanky know that Fontana has been busy putting her tongue down Diamond's throat. But little did she know, Swanky already knew that she was putting her tongue down Diamond's throat against his advice. So now they're laughing about that, carrying on about that. And then you have Swanky who brings up Louis, saying that, you know, Louis is someone who recently entered the group, and Louis had told them about a booking that involved her. And Swanky gives basically the gist of what happened and how Louis, you know, fucked up her accommodations. And she's like, what? What is this? What is this lie? I have never been to Nairobi. Like, she lied. She says that she's never been to this country before. And why is this lying on me? I can't even imitate her. Like, the way Bonang speaks is like, she has such a strong accent and a strong inflections in how she utters certain words, and it's just really, really funny. But she's like, I need to see who is this person from Nairobi who is lying on my name. Who is lying on my name? Like, I have never even had a booking such as this. And she looks through her email. She can't find any information about this booking. And she's upset about the fact that Louis is talking about a booking that supposedly never happened. So this is where episode 3 leaves off. It's a whole lot of nothing going on. It's a lot going on, but a whole lot of nothing going on. I feel like a lot of this is just being forced. And season 1 just seemed it seemed to flow naturally. I feel like there was so much that we still needed closure on, or to pick up on from season 1, that all these new characters and all these new storylines, it just was too much. It's too much for me. It's too much for me. It's not seamless. And I'm not getting enough Andile. I'm not getting enough Zari. I'm not getting enough Annie. Are y'all understanding what I'm saying? It's just, it's too much going on for me. But anyway, this is where episode 3 leaves off. Let me know your thoughts on the first 3 episodes. I'm definitely going to come back very, very soon and do episode 4 through 6. And then we'll do 7 through 9. Yeah, drop down in the comments. Let me know what you guys thought about the first 3 episodes. I just feel like it was a lot going on, but nothing at the same damn time. And I don't know, I just wanted to see more from the original cast. Like, I feel like if you're gonna introduce all these new people, let them be like on the sideline a little bit, because we still have storylines from the first season that we're not paying off yet before we're starting to try to pay off all these other storylines. And then the episodes are so short, they're 30 minutes long. So it's not enough time to address all of these new storylines without piling it on. Like, it's just it's like a pile up. And it's just not giving. So anyway, let me know your thoughts on the first 3 episodes. I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure that you like, share, subscribe. I'll see you guys soon.